few days ago, I posted polls on Instagram and Tumblr, and I asked what I should do to this Beanie Baby. I bought him at this store called Mrs. B's Dolls. Crazy experience, but he looks just like a Webkinz to me. Like, he's got that Webkinz fur. He's very cute as a bear, but like, he could be cuter. My options are Lion Cub, Clifford the Big Red Dog, or a secret third option. The winner of the poll was Clifford. Now, to use this wool for what I want to do, I need to card it. So I'm gonna put it on this and run it back and forth and make sure it's over the age of 21. Did you guys laugh? Tell me if you laugh. This is already like nice wool. I mean, it's good quality. It's actually wool, not acrylic fiber. But I need it to be like crunchier. So I'm gonna just rake it around a bunch with my carding board and brush to make it fluffier, pretty much. And that just helps me make shapes faster. If your fiber is like really flat, I find it's much harder to work with in 3D application. It's like teasing hair. It's like crimping hair, where I'm gonna, you know, fuss with it until everything gets out of line and it just gets fluffier. Okay. Looking good! Do my best to collect all of this color from the carding board. Use this to blend wool as well if I'm doing multiple colors. For instance, for my dolls that I make, where I have to color match, say someone's like color palette for their character, this is where I mix my wools together. Yum! We have our victim, if you will, and a bunch of carded wool, enough for now. I'll probably have to make more. And I'm gonna use this cheap little embroidery loop and some felt backing to create a base for me to felt onto. And then that will let me just like stitch it in later instead of felting directly into it. It's more like a face plate rather than like a whole felted piece attached to the fabric, because I'm not confident this is gonna hold up to being cut. So I've got some fray check here, and I'm going to snip around and remove the face, fray check it, and then stitch it in. If you're squeamish and entirely attached to your stuffed animals, then look away now. I cut his face off! Surprise! So now that he has nothing, we know what size to make the new face. And also, goodbye Beanie Baby tag. And we will scalp the ear as well. Snip. Snip. Okay, but these I'm not gonna fray check because I'm not worried about them. I'm gonna just cover them up. And I'm just going to do a little drop of fray check all the way around. And that should keep the fabric from coming apart completely. Beautiful. Oh, there's just something so fun about destroying a stuffed animal and making it your own. So we know we have about that much space to work with. It's gonna be a very small face. Let me give it a little trace. Trace around it with a little pen. So, okay, that's not doing anything. So we're gonna just remember how big it is. Right! Don't wait around for me. I'll meet you at the voiceover.
Hooray! It's finally time to felt. So I just go right in with 236 needles in one holder, and I secure a big piece of wool down to the backing. And I come in with a 38 needle to start building out the shape. It's a little bit nicer. It doesn't leave as many large like punch holes in the wool. And you can see it starts to look more complete as I add more wool in. Really, that like thickness of the felt is what you need to get like a smooth finish on whatever you're working on. I build in 2 jowls on each side of the snout, and then I come in with another piece of wool and I put that chin in.
Phase 1 is done. The base shape of the Clifford head. So you've got the little snout, bottom chin. It's got very like apple-y jowls, very round. So yeah, this will be my faceplate. It is just about the same size as this guy. The fabric's stretchy, so I'm not too worried about it like getting pulled in. Actually, so now I'm going to do the ears, which are just gonna be 2 ears, 1 tail. Cut the corners, didn't time lapse those because it's just one color.
Coming right back in with my 38 needles still, I am adding the line for the mouth and the line up to the nose. This I did with a darker red because black can be really harsh, and since he has black details like nose, pupils, and collar, I wanted it to not be the same for his mouth where it would just open. Spent a good amount of time poking around the eyes to make sure there was not any like red or black bleed from loose fiber. And then with a very thin piece of wool, I poked that eyebrow zigzag in, and he looked so cute. It really came together. I did the ears off camera because you guys didn't need to see me just poking more red wool. Here they are. Just lightly pin them on. There he is. You know that guy. I know that guy. That's Clifford.
Clifford, head, now done. Did all the detailing, so that means it's time to pop him out his embroidery. And I am just going to trim around this felting back. Here's Clifford. You know him, you love him. Clifford's face cut out, ears pinned on. Here's what we're working with. It's Clifford. It's Clifford. Yeah. I am going to stitch his face in. Just gonna be one of the last things I have to do. Do I have any red thread? Gotta have one of everything. Say goodbye to this and say hello to this. Oh my gosh. Look at all those wiggles. Clifford is done. So I've sewn his face on, sewn his ears on, and even his tail. His collar is just a few wraps of like crochet thread, but he turned out so cute. Like this guy is awesome. I know why they don't use this fur on anything else, because it's the worst. Put him on your shoulder. I saw there was like a Clifford pom pal recently, but this is better. This is way better. I'm just so excited about this. This is better than I could have thought it turned out. And so cute. This makes me want to buy 40 of these and turn them all into different animals. Unbelievable. Well, that's that. One day, one craft. One day, one craft. Really cool. I hope you enjoyed this.